Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down the promotional material for a new tool called MagicPods AI. Its big claim? That it's a one-click solution for creating professional video podcasts. So let's get into it and see what it's all about.
All right, so the whole idea behind this tool really kicks off by tackling a problem that, let's be honest, every creator out there knows all too well. How in the world do you get noticed when everyone is just endlessly scrolling?
You know the feeling, right? The source material paints this picture of your audience just drowning in the sea of content, feeds, clickbait, and just noise. It's setting the stage for their big point, that actually breaking through and getting your message heard has become this huge, monumental task.
And they frame the whole thing as this constant uphill battle. I mean, does any of this sound familiar? You're trying to make great videos consistently, which is tough. You're trying to make blogs engaging, but they can feel like a total snooze fest. And building a brand that actually sticks? Yeah, it can feel pretty much impossible sometimes.
Okay, so once they've laid out that struggle, the source introduces its hero. And it's not just a tool, it's an entire medium. They argue that podcasting is the real way forward for anyone trying to create content that cuts through.
And here's where the argument really pivots. They're saying podcasts aren't some niche hobby anymore. Nope, they're an essential hub where your audience is already hanging out. And because of that, the claim is that all the smart businesses are going all in on this format.
And to back that up, of course, they hit us with the numbers. And honestly, just look at this growth. We're going from around 380 million listeners in 2020, jumping past 500 million last year, and they're projecting it's going to shoot up to over 650 million by 2027. We're talking about a massive and really engaged audience here.
And if the audience size wasn't convincing enough, well, let's talk about the money. The podcasting market is on track to become a colossal, $173 billion industry. That shows it's not just people's attention flowing into this space, it's serious capital too.
So this brings us to a really crucial point. Are these listeners just passively consuming content? Well, the source claims absolutely not. The key stat they put forward is that 54%, so more than half, are actually more likely to consider buying something they hear about on a podcast. For any brand, that's a pretty powerful number.
So podcasting is the answer. But how do you actually do it without all the hassle? Well, this is where the material brings it all back home and introduces MagicPods AI as the vehicle to get you there.
And here it is. It's basically pitched as an AI studio that can take pretty much any text you throw at it, an idea, a link to an article, even a PDF, and just poof, transforms it into a full-blown video podcast, complete with AI hosts, visuals, the whole shebang.
But, okay, what does that actually look like? How does it work in practice? Well, the material breaks it down into what they claim is a remarkably simple workflow. It's all about an effortless path from a simple piece of text to a finished, shareable video.
This is the core promise right here. It's a three-step journey. First, you feed it your content. Second, you get to play creative director. You pick your AI hosts, you choose the visual style, and then step 3, you just export it, post it, and hope it goes viral. Simple as that.
They really draw a line in the sand with this comparison. On one side, you've got the old way, the endless hours, the confusing tech, the headache, and on the other side, they position the AI way as automated, super simple, and ready for every platform right out of the box.
Of course, making big promises is one thing, but you gotta have some proof, right? The source material knows this, so this next section is all about showing off the tangible results and the stories from what it claims are some of its early users.
And they quantify those benefits with some pretty bold claims. We're talking about saving creators 10+ hours a week. I mean, that's a full workday back in your pocket. Then, boosting audience engagement by 50% and, get this, driving earnings growth of up to 99%. Those are some very ambitious numbers.
To make that feel a bit more real, they share this story about a YouTuber who apparently turned some articles into videos. The result, they claim? Over 3,000 views and 15 affiliate sales in 1 month. That's a direct line from creating the content to actually earning an income from it.
And this quote, this really gets to the heart of the experience they're selling. Stupid, simple. It boils the whole thing down to paste a link, click a button, and boom, you've got a podcast. It's all about speed and just making it incredibly easy to use.
Here's one more story, this one focused on social media. The claim is that a user took these little AI podcast clips and grew an Instagram page from 400 followers to over 2,000 in just 30 days. They're positioning this as a tool for some seriously rapid audience growth.
So when you boil it all down, the narrative they're presenting is crystal clear. AI is the ultimate shortcut to creating content that finally stops the scroll. And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. As tools like this become more and more common, what does that really mean for the future of content creation? Is this the next evolution, or is it just another shiny new tool in an already very, very crowded box?